Reference sources is a type of reference materials that provide answers to specific questions, such as brief facts, statistics, and technical instructions, provide background information, or direct you to additional information. There are different examples of reference sources. The first example is a dictionary. It is a book containing the words of a language, or the terms of a subject, arranged in some definite order, usually alphabetic, with explanations of their meaning and use. These are the example of dictionaries. There are two kinds of dictionaries: abridged and unabridged. Abridged dictionaries are made shorter by having some details or less important information removed, while unabridged dictionaries is a type of dictionary that has not been shortened by omitting terms or definitions. It is also called a comprehensive dictionary. These are the example picture of abridged and unabridged dictionaries. Next example of reference sources is encyclopedia. It is a work containing information on all subjects, are limited to a special field or subject, arranged in systematic order. This is how encyclopedia looks like. Encyclopedias are divided into three categories: by format, by scope, and by audience. Encyclopedias in by format are some sets cover from 4 to 32 volumes. Examples: World Book Encyclopedia, and small works range from 1 to 3 volumes, and the example is New Columbia Encyclopedia. And in by scope, the division is either general. Examples are World Book, Britannica, Americana, or subject like International Encyclopedia of the Social Sciences. And lastly, by audience, these are the general work, maybe for a teenager or a layperson. Ready reference sources is a type of reference sources that refers to books located at the reference desk in research services. These books are meant for quick consultation of information and are not used away from the reference desk. One of the example is Almanac. It is a publication, usually an annual, containing a variety of useful facts of miscellaneous nature, and statistical information. These are the example pictures of Almanac. Another example of ready reference sources is a handbook or manual. It is a treatise on a specific subject, often nowadays a simple but all-embracing treatment containing concise information, and being small enough to be held in the hand. These are the example pictures of handbooks. Last example of ready reference sources is directory. It is list of persons or organizations in alphabetical or classified arrangement. One of the example is the Yellow Pages. There are two kinds of local directories. One of these is the government directories. These include Guide to Government Offices and Agencies. As shown in the picture, a book of Philippine Government Directory of Agencies and Officials 2020. The other kind is institutional directories. We find here lists of schools, foundations, libraries, hospitals, museums, galleries, and others. In the photo example is the Directory of Schools updated 2021. There are three categories of directory. These are investment service, professional, and trade and business. Investment service, these are list of persons or organizations in alphabetical or classified arrangement. The example picture is Directory of Asia-Pacific Organizations 2022. Professional directories, these are directories of professional organizations. Examples are librarianship, pharmacy, medicine, law, and others. The sample book in the picture is American Library Directory. Trade and business directories, included or manufacturers' information about companies, industries, and services. Example picture is Metro Manila Business Directories. Biographical reference sources is a type of reference sources that provide information about people who are well-known, their birth and death dates, and descriptions of their lives and accomplishments. One of the material under biographical references is biography. Biography is a book written about a life and history of a person. This book in the picture is an example of biography book. If there is biography, there is also an autobiography, is a book written about a life history of a person written by himself. An author wrote about himself and his life. These are the three examples of autobiography books. Another biographical source is genealogy. It is a book about the making of a human pedigree through the linkages of basic biological data found in records, with names, dates, and places. These are the examples of genealogy books. Next is pathography. It is a book about the method employed in biographical writings, which concentrates on disaster, sickness, failed marriages, failed careers, alcoholism, breakdowns, outrageous conduct, and others. Its theme is failed promise and tragedy. These two books are examples of pathography books. Another example of biographical sources are biographical dictionaries. Universally, it is used as reference works which are essentially a directory of notable persons, usually arranged alphabetically by surnames with biographical identification that range from brief to extended narrative. One of the example is the Chambers Biographical Dictionary. Another type of biographical reference sources is a map. Map is a plane representation of the Earth's surface, or a part of some, indicating physical feature, political boundaries, and others. Philippine map is an example of map. Next biographical reference is atlas. Atlas is a collection of maps or plates or other exhibits bound in a volume. It is also a compilation of maps. These pictures are examples of atlases. Like Almanac, Gazetteer has also had biographical sources. Gazetteer is an alphabetic list of place names, including such information for each place as pronunciation, location, description, and statistics. These are examples of Gazetteer. Geographical dictionaries are dictionaries usually of place names. One more example of biographical sources. Example of geographical dictionary is Merriam-Webster Geographical Dictionary. Guidebook is a book of direction and information, especially one for travelers, tourists, and others. Examples of guidebooks of different places. Globe is also one of biographical reference. It is a spherical model of the Earth. Yearbook is a biographical reference too. It is an annual publication giving current information and listing events or aspects of the previous year, especially in a particular field. These are examples of a yearbook. The source is also a kind of reference source. It is like a dictionary that contains synonyms for commonly used words. This is the example of thesaurus.